just want to share with you why it's so important to have a full analysis, a full screening for a child when we're looking at their sleep. We can't just cherry pick symptoms here and there because it won't show us what is happening in the big picture. Now, I just had this symptoms questionnaire come through yesterday. So this is from a family that I've been working with on and off for a little while now. And the best part of the last year, they've been working with a naturopath to help this little one's tummy. So as I was going through the questionnaire, so this questionnaire is about 200 questions long. I'm going to start here and you'll see why this is relevant when I get further down. So I ask about milestones, how long it took to roll, crawl, cruise, and then walk. So you can see here she rolled at about 4 months old. She started crawling around 6 months old, started cruising around 7 months old, but then didn't walk until after she turned. This is actually meant to be 1. It's a typo. She didn't walk until after she turned 1. So she went from rolling to crawling in about 2 months, and then from cruising, so actually standing up, starting to move around, to walking in more like 6 months. I like to see a nice, smooth transition between all the different milestones and each of them really mastered. So as I scroll on through, this family's been doing a lot of work. You can kind of see she's got some sleep disorder breathing symptoms, because she's got gut issues there. And going on through, not heaps of stuff going on. We keep on scrolling. Again, really not a lot going on here for her. They've had a oral ties released, so that area is kind of sorted. Mum's been working on herself, so there's a lot of symptoms related to mum there, but less relevant because we've addressed those sorts of things. But then we're starting to see some gut symptoms here. Still not a lot, considering how her sleep and her tummy is presenting. There's just not a lot of gut symptoms there. But then when we get to this section, which is actually about nervous system, there's actually quite a few things ticked here. So she's got quite bad sleep. Pregnancy and labour was difficult, very clingy. She freezes up around people or unfamiliar places, is very slow to warm. This one's about blood sugar regulation. So there's some signs here that her blood sugar's on a bit of a roller coaster, using carbs and sugars and fruit to get that sugar and energy hit. Hangry tantrums, always hungry, waking up at night hungry. Mind you, she's about 1.5 years old now. So there's 2 massive flags here that there is something going on with her nervous system, because the blood sugar issue can be related back to the nervous system as well. Now, if I was just looking at, if mum had said to me, oh, she's got these gut symptoms, it's disturbing her sleep, and we just looked at gut symptoms, we would have missed all of this, because the biggest thing that's coming up for me is that there is something dysregulating her nervous system that is just having this massive knock-on effect to everything else, because you need to be in rest and digest for your digestion to work. So if she's got things that are disrupting her nervous system, then her digestion isn't going to work properly. So she's going to have symptoms, digestive symptoms and digestive problems. So for her, the biggest factor here is something is dysregulating her nervous system. And the biggest clue for me is that some of her milestones she mastered quickly, sometimes took a longer time, especially going from cruising to walking took quite a long time. So that's where we're going to focus, figuring out why that happened. And then that should resolve some of this clingy behavior, the sleep, the blood sugar issues, and the tummy issues. I also want to add how important it actually is to review and re-review. So I did work with this little girl over a year ago, but when I first started working with her, she was about 8 weeks old. So things like these milestones were irrelevant because she was a newborn still. So unfortunately, it was missed because it wasn't something that I could pick up at the time and determine that there was a problem there. It's something that would have developed as she got, or a problem that would have became more relevant as she became older, and these things didn't quite go as we expected them to go. So it really just shows the importance of reviewing and re-reviewing and having someone that you trust to basically help your family grow.